stream. Hey guys, welcome to the show. What's going on? I hit the wrong button. I hate when it messes me up the whole time when I start. But anyway, welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, Jeff Trunapole. And as always, I'm bringing you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio, home of the Cincinnati Bengals, who hopefully, it always happens. I'll probably do it after you get out the air. Hopefully sign, brief. You know, that might happen tomorrow. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Now, this show and every show is brought to you by T Properties. T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out their website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. All right, guys, YouTubers, I love you guys. We're at 873 subscribers. Do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button. Smash that thumbs up. I appreciate every single one of you. We got a special guest today, but we will get to him here in a second. I'll bring in, well, actually, hold on, I got to introduce him. Hold on. It's Jeremy Dimebag Dean.
Boo.
Everybody's excited for Zim, man. They're not excited for you. I'm just playing with you, brother. I'm just playing with you.
Oh no, it's all good. That was a good one by Crip. I'm sure people will keep them coming for crying out loud. Lord knows what we'll hear next.
Exactly. All right.
Trying to get the show shared out to as many groups as I can here. So I'm ready to rock.
All right. Well, let's get to it then. None other the only man I know who has the last name of Who Dey. It is
Zim.
Zim, what's going on, brother? Welcome to the show, man.
How you doing, man? I'm so excited to be on here, man. I appreciate you even thinking about me and knowing who I am to even care enough to have me on a show. I'm very excited. How you doing today?
Good, man. Good. I'm excited to have you on the show. I mean, I'm excited that you guys actually know who the hell I am. So
damn right.
It's mutual respect, brother. Mutual respect.
Yes, sir.
So are you as excited as I am about the Bengals free agents that they've signed and the two that we've all been talking about all day long? You know, hashtag Galladay, hashtag Great Barrier Reef.
Man, I'm really excited. I guess, like, for me, I expected it. You know, like I'm not I don't hide how I feel about a lot of different things. I know a lot of people point to the past and different things like that, but I just live in the future, and based off of what the knowledge I had, the information I knew about the salary cap, a unique year, I expected in all Cincinnati natives, everybody that's a fan of this team, you should expect great things and you shouldn't settle for less and F the pass and let's get it.
Exactly. Now this is what is exciting to me is the Bengals defense. This is potentially the starters for the Bengals. You got Hubbard at the end, tackle, Ogun Bob. I knew I was going to mess it up. I even rehearsed it. Ogun, you know what I'm talking about. I can't even say it now. I'm all messed up. But DJ Reader at tackle, DN Hendrickson, linebacker Pratt, linebacker Wilson, cornerback Waynes, cornerback as we can get guys who can't say their name. Awuzie. Awuzie, thank you. Cornerback Hilton and safety Bell and Bates. That's a pretty good defense, if you ask me.
Yeah, and if you add, Ogunjobi.
There we go, Jeremy.
Dude, I practiced that before we went on the air, and I get on there, and then I start messing it up, and I can't get it out. Like, yeah,
Ogunjobi, baby, he's got it. It just let's think about Ogunjobi. Just a couple of years ago, like, you talk about 3 tech in the NFL, like up there with the top of the league. Now, he's a little longer in the tooth now, but at the same time, he's still a force and a really good piece that I think they're going to get some real quality snaps out of.
Oh, dude, he can still play. I posted a video, or I didn't do it, but there's a video posted on the Sports Strawberry Ice Facebook page where Ogunjobi is just destroying the Steelers' offensive line. I mean, pushing them back. It was. I mean, if that doesn't get you hyped up, that was this year.
Think about you. This is the one thing that everybody's missing out on. Josh Tupou, like, from the players that I know, like, that's a guy for real. And then you pair that up with Mike Daniels, and say you do, and you get Geno with a salary cut, not a restructure, with a salary cut. That's more than formidable.
Dude, seriously, me and Jeremy were literally just talking about that right before we went on the air. Now, is Daniels? Did we re-sign him? Did I miss that?
No.
Oh, okay, we had it. Okay,
He works out every day in in a Bengals helmet every single day of his life. So, and I actually had a pleasure of interviewing him with my partner Ace on our show probably about 2 weeks ago. I mean, super pumped, really excited about being a Bengal. I mean, he wants to be there. I messaged him the other day and just, I just was like, hey, how's everything going? Stuff like that. I usually don't keep it too much football, but he's in great spirits and he definitely wants to be a Bengal.
That's awesome. Yeah, because every interview I've ever heard him on, he's repping the Bengals. I mean, he's acting like he ain't going anywhere. So, but so did Carl Lawson in the last interview he did. What
did he say in that interview? He said, if somebody told me about, you throw me a bag, I'll go put my coat on.
right, exactly. But I mean, Hendrickson, it might be an upgrade. I mean, I think they're both at the point where they're about to explode, Lawson and Hendrickson. And Hendrickson had 13.5 sacks. Lawson had 5.5 sacks. And that was my one problem I had with Lawson. He would get to the quarterback. He just couldn't get him down. Because I bring this up a lot of times. The Steelers game, excuse me, that's a cuss word on my show. The Squealers game, where he was tackling Ben by the ankles, and Ben just flips that touchdown pass. Hopefully Henderson gets there and gets him on the ground. Hopefully.
Right. I mean, for me, I'm not going to lie to anyone out there. Like, in my mind, as far as pure athleticism, pure freak of nature type skills, like you just lost Dunlap. I know he's older, but as far as like a freak of nature, like double team this guy, you lost that and Lawson as well too, right? Mm-hmm. Hendrickson is not of that build, but the motor combined with the savviness and what he's got, like just you can't fall into 13.5 sacks. You can go on the internet, people are going to tell you, well, I mean, it was just a product of what's it, Cam Jordan and all these guys like that. And he's just feasting on that. Go watch those 13.5. Like, now he's working for it. I just don't think that's enough for me personally. I think if I'm the Bengals and I put up a list on who I thought it would have been perfect to pair him up with like Hassan Reddick. Because every good playoff team has really 3 elite pass rushers, and Super Bowl teams have 4. Yeah. So when I think about like this all season, this is not a Zach Taylor type guy, but one guy that's still out there that can just go get it third down, Alden Smith, and he's there to be had. Probably about a $4 or $5 million contract. That's the last guy that's on my list that I just thought would be a perfect target. Because to me, Hendrickson, great, awesome. But let's finish the job. Yeah. Pair him up with another guy because you need a dude. You need an alpha type. Sammy boy. I love Sam to death, but same thing. It's not like this freak of nature type of athleticism. So when you go up against the best tackles in football, they're gonna have their way with him sometimes. But if you're pairing that up with a crazy rotation, that's when Sam's gonna eat because he's still coming in there fourth quarter going off.
Right, and that's what we had when we went on our 5 straight playoffs. We had Michael Jordan, we had Carlos Dunlap, we had I can't think of the other guys. We had a couple of them right now, but
Michael Johnson.
Yes, thank you. We had that rotation.
Yeah, and then you got Geno, who is a force. Like no quarterback wants that pressure up the middle like that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If we restructure Geno and we keep Daniels. We're going to get pressure up the middle. That ain't going to be the problem. We need to come from, and I agree with you, we need to come from the other side. Henderson on the right, we need somebody coming from the left, and then somebody coming off the bench. At least 3 of them. And you could possibly get it in the draft, but I really do think they're going to be offensive line heavy in the first at least 2 picks in the draft.
Oh, yeah. And hey, I got a question for you, too, Zim.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think
and
I know.
And I want to respond to that, Iceman.
All right.
Go ahead. You go ahead. Respond, bro.
No, you. All right. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
but I will say this. Yeah. There's some guys, like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the kid Basham from Wake Forest, who I really, really love. He's a lot like Carlos Dunlap. He's there to be had in the second round. There's another kid that I like from Miami. His name is Rusall. They got another guy too. So there are some pass rushers that could give you quality snaps. And then you're also banking on ascending talent of Kareem Khaled, who on the low, we interview him as well. This past year, he was hampered with an injury and he just fought through it. He felt like he got a lot better. I feel like he was super underrated, and one of the guys that I think can make a big step this upcoming season. The other dark horse that nobody's bringing up, if Lou can get him to play in this role like he did in college, but Akeem Davis-Gaither, right? They used him a lot of times in blitz packages. They brought him off the edge a lot of different times, but in the NFL, he doesn't fit the mold. But if you can get creative, create some unique blitz packages, because now you got Mike Hilton that's able to blitz from the slot position. Now you put him out there with Akeem Davis-Gaither. You can let him roam. You can let him do some things. You have to get creative with him. If they just try to use him like a traditional 3-4 linebacker, everybody's going to consider him a bust. But what he brings with his skill set, he's able to come off the edge and he's able to wreak havoc. And if the Bengals let him loose, I got a game that I highlighted this past year. They gave him 5 snaps. It was, I think, against the Dolphins. He made 3 plays at the goal line. He made 3 plays in his 5 snaps. He got a lot of snaps in special teams. When they used him, he came off the edge, coming down hard. He runs a 4.5. He's no joke.
Yeah, here's the results for the slot blitzes. Mike Hilton's number 1, 148.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So I mean, you definitely could bring pressure with him from the slot, like you're just saying. Now, my question is though, with this is, I don't know how much you've watched the show before, but I always call him Armadillo. Until we get a better defense, he's going to be Armadillo. Do you think he's creative enough to do what you're saying? I know he wants to drop Carl. Thank you. Okay, that's my concern with this. I don't think he is, because I mean he's the one who wants to drop Lawson back in coverage, and Lawson's not you don't drop him back, man. So
yeah, Gino lining up over the nose tackle, never done that in his career. I mean, like, think about all the guys. When have you ever seen a Bengals team, even on their worst year, have all these guys? Sean Williams is completely invisible. You mean to tell me you can't use Sean Williams for anything other than special teams?
Right. I know. I don't understand that.
Nothing.
Right.
Think about all the plays Sean Williams has made against the Steelers. The pick on Ben on the sideline, like all these plays. This is a guy, I interviewed him before the season too. He was thinking he's going to be in this role where he's almost like the captain of a team. They completely phased him out. They phased out a lot of guys, and so then they made Dunlap public enemy number 1, right? Right. Cool. The way he went out, immature, whatever. But at the end of the day, I got more faith. I got more equity in somebody that's been doing the work, been going in the mud and doing all this work for us for all these years. Right. It's going to be hard for me to side with a guy that just came out of here. Some city slicker named Lou coming, some city slicker coming out of nowhere, jumping into the thing and just saying, no, we're going to run this and we're going to run it our way. But okay, do that, but you better produce. And if you don't, that's going to be the first fall guy. I'm telling you that now.
Go ahead, Jeremy. I've been talking. Go ahead.
Oh no, you're good. Actually, I just kind of wanted to emphasize, him bringing up Lou, because like you were saying, Zim, like we got rid of Lawson. We got Hendrickson. I can completely understand what you're talking about there. Lawson is a different type of beast. You can put him back, have him rush as a linebacker. You can put him on the line, have him rush the quarterback from the line. There's so much stuff you can do with him. Hendrickson, it's a little different. It kind of sounds to me like we're going to turn into a 3-4 defense, Lou, last year, who pretty much stuck with 4-3 zone every game. That's kind of more of his style, I guess, would be a Hendrickson, because we've seen too many times Lawson being put back into coverage or not used the right way. He used him some. The guy had 5.5 sacks, had a lot of pressures, never could get him down. But I completely agree with you on Hendrickson. And I wanted to ask you one more thing too, about free agency so far.
Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah, hey, look, I'm always the bad. I'm the bad guy.
Before you get to that, part of Lawson getting 5.5 sacks too, I will say this: if Lawson plays on any team that made the playoffs this past year, he gets 10 sacks. But playing on a bad defense, like a team that was badly injured, and no excuses because everybody's injured. I'm the last person to bring up injuries. I thought I could go a whole show without bringing up injuries, but I think I did it twice. But I'm the last guy. Like, you watch me during a live game, I don't care who's there. Whoever's suited up, that's who I'm rocking with.
They got to play.
But if he were on a playoff caliber team, that 5.5 will be 10. But teams know like that was the only guy. Like Sam Hubbard's got 2 moves that are going to probably work for him, but that's not his game. He's more of a cleanup style, heavy motor. I believe in Sam as well. But there's some guys that you go up against like Carl Lawson that just have a barrage of moves. Like you saw him going up against Villanueva, killed him. Like guys that have little bend to their game at the tackle position, Lawson's going to feast on him and kill him because he's got too many moves. And what teams started doing was double teaming, chipping on him with a running back every single week.
Well, because he's the only one we had. So
he's the only one,
right?
So you kick Dunlap out. Like I said, Khalid Kareem is hurt. So and he's a rookie, right? You don't have Geno pressure because he's hurt. He should have never even played anyway. He had a shoulder injury. He should have got surgery on it week 1. Like the cards were against him. So I wish him the best, but a lot of things. Part of me says Hendrickson, 13.5 sacks, but the realist in me knows that Carl Lawson is a beast, and if he plays on just like William Jackson, he is going to feast with that. Like that Washington football team is going to love him. Ron Rivera is going to bring back that Carolina Super Bowl defense with him. The same way they use Josh Norman, one-on-one island stuff. Lou didn't want that. Lou wants to play 10 yards off the ball. Lou wants
I hate that.
William Jackson is absolutely going to feast. Like, I'm in the DC area, so I'm telling all my friends, like, y'all got a top 10 corner.
We did. I was completely I was upset, man. I wanted WJ3. I wanted Lawson back. And then I thought we could work from there. Now that things have changed in free agency, we know what we've got. What I want to know from you, though, bro, is a month ago, if we were sitting here talking and we said the Bengals would get rid of Lawson, get rid of WJ3, bring in some guys that are close to their talent level, okay, and have 0 offensive linemen after what we saw last year, what would you think and how do you feel now about free agency? And nobody's going to hate on you. I can promise you that. We'll kick their ass off.
Let me tread lightly with my words because the one realist, the grown up in me, I'm trying to be grown these days, and I'm just like, we need to fix the trenches, right? But the original Zim Who Dey, like the wild man, was like, give me guns, give me ammo. Part of me is like, give me all the weapons. And I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you because I'm on the show. I'm gonna give you an exclusive. A guy I know that has worked out with Joe Burrow, a guy that I know that knows Joe Burrow. Joe is not thinking like us. He is not thinking, I just tore my ACL. Give me every offensive lineman out there. You know what Joe Burrow's thinking?
He wants weapons.
And I can confirm that. Like, and you know who and you go to my Twitter, I'm always saying Chase at 5. Joe Burrow in January said, yeah, I want Chase. Right. And you know what the Bengals do? I've reached out. I've talked to the Bengals. You know what the Bengals do behind the scenes to Joe Burrow?
What?
Live stroking. Okay.
right.
Whatever Joe wants, he's going to get. So if Joe wants weapons, you're going to give him weapons, and you better give it to him now. And he shouldn't ask twice. But I will say this: he'd be a foolish man not to get some offensive line help. But so Riley Reef to me. The other name to watch right now because Gabe, that really hurt me. I really thought Gabe was happy.
He was released. I thought yesterday he was released, and all of a sudden, him and Rodney Hudson. I thought they're both released, and all of a sudden they got traded. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, we gotta go get one of those guys, and then they got traded. I'm like,
and the unwillingness of the Bengals to give up any draft stock at all is silly to me. For a 5th round for Gabe Jackson, right? Like that's the part where behind the scenes they have a lot of faith in Frank Pollack, right? And I do too. I love Frank Pollack. Yeah. But at the end of the day, you need to do this in the mold like the Bills did in their offseason. You stack up above average guards, you stack up all these guys, and you just let them battle that stuff out. Yeah. And for me, like I said, it's not over. There's a lot of people that say, man, they didn't do it. They didn't. Yeah. I'm going to tell you, it's 2 guys out there right now, in addition to Riley Reeve. You guys can look at my list. They're still there.
Yep.
And if they got those two guys, or I mean, not two, just one of those guys in Riley Reef, hello, we can run in the draft. You're gonna see, you never seen trash talking like you ever seen before. If you ever if you want to see somebody talk some trash, like especially to Browns fans that are telling us after 18 years how they got a playoff win, I will guarantee a playoff victory. All of that. Give me one of those guys in Riley Reeve. Give me Galladay or Chase. Give it year one.
So who's the other two guys on your list that's out there?
Trey Turner.
I like that.
And Walford.
Oh well, yeah.
Larry
Walford, yeah.
Walford playing when he was with the Saints. Top 10. Top 10.
Oh yeah.
Top 10.
No doubt.
He's to be had. And now
what
Zach needs to do.
I was say you get two. I agree. You get two, three guys.
Get two.
Dude, our line is set. You get it, and it's you go get Chase.
But Iceman, I'm gonna do you another. I'm gonna double up on it. I'm gonna double up on my bet. I come with that, right? I go hit the draft. I come right to the second round, and I go get another guard for the future. I go get another guard.
Wyatt Davis might be sitting there in the second round.
Wyatt Davis, Cosme. I'd even take Leather. Like, to me, Leatherwood, I hate to have blinders on.
I like Leatherwood. I actually like him a lot, to be honest.
Right. A lot of people, he got killed at the Senior Bowl, and a lot of people fell off on Leatherwood. But I'm gonna tell you, second round is such a sweet spot for guards this year, or tackles that can be converted to guards, especially year one, year two. And we're talking about the future and beefing up this line. Yep. That's why my craziness comes out. That's why when people say you want Jamar Chase or you want Galladay and you want all of these weapons, because if you go get what you got to do in free agency, you could come right back in the draft and go fix these trenches. But it doesn't have to be give me this guy, give me the offensive line, give me offensive line. Like, that's not how you build a solid team. And I have a plan. It sounds crazy. Somebody threw this out to me today. Jeremy, you tell me how you feel about this. This is crazy. Jamar, hold up. Galladay signs.
Right.
Yeah.
They go to the draft and still get Jamar Chase.
You know.
I like it. You didn't ask me, but go ahead.
We take Reef. I'd love to have Galladay and Chase. I'm huge on it.
And Higgins and Boyd. Who can stop that? You know Joey B's going to line it up and spread it out like LSU all over again.
Yeah, and look what he did with Uzama the first 4 games of the year before he got hurt.
Right.
He made that boy look like a man. I mean, he was a man.
If Chase is gone, you can go Galladay Pitts.
Yep.
Yeah, you could. Yep. So you would feel okay then if we took Reef, we've got 2 tackles. Heck with the backups, whoever they may be, somebody gets injured. You would feel good enough with the line to get those flashy picks and those big guns that Burrow can throw to, and you'd be happy with that rather than trying to.
One more guy though. Give me Reef. So Reef is in the building right now. Yeah. They know they need to get that. So that's I like to speak everything into existence. That's done. All right. So now you got a tackle. He can play left or right. Doesn't matter. Jonah, whatever. He could battle that with Bobby Hart. Bobby Hart is still a good depth piece, even if he got beat out. Don't care.
A depth. Yep.
All right. So then you go back and say, I want to maximize this line with not Gabe. I'm sorry, Walford or Trey Turner, and that started. Then you got Xavier Suafilo fighting it out with you Spain will come in for nothing, really.
Right, I was just about to say that. Yeah.
Spain's going to come in for nothing. You got now you got Michael Jordan, who works out with Willie Anderson every day now. So now everybody hates him, but maybe Willie gets him a little bit better, whatever. You got Billy Price as a backup center and can move in the guard. Like you see what I'm saying? Like, these are pieces. This ain't no BS line. So anybody that comes to you and say, "Oh, well, they should have got Tooney, they should have got whatever," yes. Tell me that when I'm dropping 40 on you every week. Cool.
Yep.
Cool. I should have got Tooney. You know what
Tooney blocks one guy.
Defenses are scared of? They're scared of Joey B spreading it out and lining it up and throwing it out.
That's what I'm talking about.
And I've never met a player. I've talked to all these guys. I've never met a player that said, "Oh, I'm terrified of like that. Like I'm a scheme around the best offensive lineman you got. Like if Trent's on your side, cool. We know as a defense we're going to the other side. I'm talking like Trent Williams, the best tackle in football to me, right?
Yeah.
You could still air it out. You can still do whatever you got to do as a defense on some of those best offensive lines in football. Look at the Cleveland Browns, best offensive line in football. You know where they're going? Nowhere.
Hey, my man.
Because you ain't got no Joey B, and you ain't got the weapons we got. And I got all the ammo, and I'm going to shoot them out every Sunday.
Damn, you need to come on my show more often because I got to deal with this guy all the time going, we got to get offensive line. But, dude, we can get him. It'll be all right.
I was just options. No. Hey, Zim,
all day to me. All day
you
to
ain't
me.
got
Coming at me like, we got to get an offensive line. Like, dude, we'll get one.
You ain't got to hear this crap, Zim. Okay, you ain't got to hear this crap. This guy, come on.
It's all good. Now, like, I'm so used to everybody hating when I say all this stuff, so it's all good.
Right?
Like,
Yeah,
I'm a weird individual. I know that people will be there saying, "No, you're an idiot. Joey B's on your back." But I live to prove people wrong. I feel like my plan is sound. If you go to the draft and you draft Sewell or Slater, and you feel like you got a sound plan, I'm gonna root for him just like I would Chase.
Right,
That's what type of guy I am because I want to win. And if you want to win, as a Bengal fan and you're in here today, you're not going to sit here and say, well, they didn't get my guy, whatever. You're going to go with whoever we got, and you're going to cheer your ass off until we get a W. And then I'm going down Main Street, and I'm waving at everybody on the parade float.
Yep.
Wait, I'm with you. I'm on the float, too, with you, then. We're both
I'll probably be buck-ass naked, but anyway,
We're going streaking, baby!
But you know what? With the Bengals right now, our wide receivers, we have a wide receiver, I guess you could say 1, and a wide receiver, I guess you could say 2. But I think either of those wide receivers could be a number 1 receiver with a lot of teams. I really do. And so you add, Chase in the mix. You add whatever. It's not going to hurt us either way. If we need to take a lineman, we can take a lineman. We can still handle our wide receivers. But I'm all about Chase, and so is Jeff. We love Chase.
Oh yeah, okay, all right, cool.
Yeah, I'm all over Chase. That's why. I mean, what we said in our shows is what they do in free agency depends on that dictates what they do in the draft. And I was wanting them to fix the offensive line because I want Chase. I remember what him and Joe, I call him Joe freaking Burrow, did at LSU. Dude, they killed people. Chase killed them. They couldn't cover him.
Right. That back shoulder pass?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to change in the NFL, and that's already developed. That's already there. So if you have that, and like you said, just say if they do get Galloway too, or Galladay, sorry. Dude, that's going to be better than that'll be better than Henry, Chad Johnson, and Hoosh together. I think those four will be better than those 3.
That's a wild, somebody. I didn't want to be the guy to say it because they always think like I'm like some little kid. They be like, "Man, you're silly. You're not gonna block for him." But somebody said that to me on Twitter, and I'm talking about like I was driving. I almost had to pull over because I said I was like, "Bro, like I'm with it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Like I'm ready. Let's do that." And but everything in life, like I said, like as long as you have a sound plan. And the coordinators are able to work towards the guys' strengths, it can work. Galladay would have to say, you know what? I know if I stay healthy, I'm gonna eat, and this team is gonna go far and it's gonna get me paid. But I'm not gonna go like if I went to the Giants and I get 80 catches and maybe 1,000 yards, and maybe I get a bigger payday. Maybe I get more money because I'm more successful playing with Joe Burrow in this type of offense. Everybody would have to buy in if it was that type of scenario. But that's the type of craziness that changes the history of like a franchise. Like me growing up, I'm 32. Like when I was growing up, the Patriots were the one team you wouldn't get on Tecmo Bowl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like for kids, the kids that are young right now, they don't even know that.
No.
So the people that follow me, I developed this thing. It's called Burrow Babies. Like I just wanted the kids under me to never feel like they don't have that type of stuff. Like everybody's so close, always talking about, oh, bro, we have to just give Joe like a fifth, like give him a Golden Tate or give him like these average guys. And I'm like, why are we still trying to settle for less? It's on us. I don't care about the front office, but it's on us as fans to demand the best from our team and not settle for less. And like I said, if they were to go there and say, look, I have a sound plan for Penei Sewell, I have a sound plan for Rashawn Slater, and this is what's going to win, and Joe Burrow felt comfortable with it, I'm gonna buy a Penei jersey, and I'm gonna cheer for him the same way I would Jamar Chase. Yep, that's how committed I am to winning. So everybody in that building better have that same look on their face and say we are committed to winning. And if Galladay wanted to do that and come in here with Jamar Chase instead, he better be committed to winning. And if that happens, we could light the world on fire.
Right.
But if everybody's stuck in like, oh no, we just need to get this and we want to be the Cleveland Browns and we just want to block for all day and then we're going to have an average team and we're going to get the playoffs and we're just going to lose round one. No, let's light this up. You know what I'm saying? Let's go crazy. Like, why not? Why not?
All right. Yep. So I want to get back to this is what I've been trying to I call it talking Bengals fans off the ledge. Because everybody flipped out that we didn't pay $80 million for why can't I remember people's names now? The guard Tooney. And then Trent Williams got $138 million. If we had signed those guys for that amount of money, that's it. We would have been done. We couldn't have signed anybody else. The way the Bengals, and I just kept trying to tell her, I said, look, I said, the Bengals are actually being smart about this. Oh, no, they're being cheap. I'm like, no, they're being smart because all their contracts are all front loaded. So it's a salary cap hit now, not later. So later when we want to sign more guys like Jesse Bates and all that, we have the money. So they're being smart about it, and they're being smart about how they're going about it and the guys they're going about to get. And that's what I don't think they get credit enough for. Everybody just wants to go, well, we need Tooney. We got to sign this guy. Because did you not see Joe Burrow? Laying on the ground, did you not see this? I'm like, yeah, I saw that. But just because we didn't get that guy doesn't mean that guy isn't just as good.
The same guy that's saying that, the same guy that said you saw Joe Burrow on his back, that's the same guy that cheered for 3-4 weeks when we were throwing up 30 every week and nobody had a fear in the world. When Joe Burrow was lining up and he was throwing 60 times, I was the guy that was coming on Twitter and saying, why don't they run the football? Why don't they preserve him? Like, why are they putting so much on this guy? And everybody cheered it on. They went to the Titans. They blew him out the water. They went even if you look at the Redskin game, they were dominating that game. So all the people that are saying that now, those are the same people that was cheering on Joe Burrow, and nobody even mentioned the line. Nobody even mentioned Bobby Hart for probably about 6-8 weeks.
Right. Well, the funny thing is we had conversations about that on the show then, and everybody's like, and there were people like, we have to run the ball. And I'm like, I don't think they can. I mean, all Joe Burrow could do, he really could take a 5-step drop. He only take a 3-step drop and get the ball out quick. And that's what it was. It was 3 steps, bam, the ball was gone. And they did that really well. 5 steps, it got a little crazier because he got more pressure on him. And if there's no holes, it's hard for him to run. And one thing I cannot wait to see is Joe Mixon to have actually a good offensive line for one time for him to run the ball through holes and not have to make his first cut.
I bet you got this pulled up. You know what Joe Mixon was running for yards per carry when he was with Pollock last time?
Oh crap.
4.6.
Was it 4.3?
Yeah.
4.6.
Oh, yep.
Okay.
You know what that's controlling a football game. So one thing that I've told people is that although I want to air it, I want to go crazy or whatever like that. At the end of the day, if you look at Tom Brady's early years, Ben Roethlisberger's early years, they were throwing for like 2,500, barely 3,000 yards a season because what happened early on, those coaches, and that's why remember Rex Ryan went on that show and said he was so pissed at the Bengals because they got Joe Burrow hurt. Because,
he was on get up. I can't stand Rex.
And part of me was a little angry, but the realist in me was saying he's right. Early on, I know that a lot of people come on saying, but Zim, they can't run the football. Well, God damn it, when you go to practice or whatever, we better learn. And if we lose this football game, we're going to lose running the football because there's no person in this world that should have that much put on them their rookie year to throw 50-something times a game. That Eagles game is silly. And you ended up with a tie. You lost the game because you ended up with a tie. You threw for 50-something. He got killed. That was probably one of the most brutal. I haven't seen a quarterback get hit like that since probably Brett Favre was in the playoffs against the Packers or whatever game that was. But my point is this. sometimes like you don't do something really good, we'll go back and practice it and do it until you do it really well. And that's the message. And I think that's what one thing that Frank Pollock will bring to it. Coming off a torn ACL, he better not be dropping back 40 plus.
Yeah.
No. And Jim or Zim, I just want to let you know, man.
Zim, whatever his name is, it's written
Zim,
right down there, Jeremy. Jesus.
You know what? No, I'm flustered because I don't even want to tell him this. But when we started the year, we were talking about how much Burrow was getting hit. And I know you probably watched the show, of course. But anyway, my show. Yeah, I'm sure Zim watches it all the time, man. No, but anyway, bro, I mentioned 2 times on the show, Burrow is getting hit way too much, and it only takes 1 hit. So then we go to Washington, or we play Washington, and I guarantee a win here on the show. Not only did that not happen, but Burrow was lost for the year, that game. And it was one of the worst feelings you could ever have in your life, saying, because we were just beating up on that offensive line, beating up on him. And I said, he's not going to last. And in my head, I was hoping, yeah, well, he's not going to hit Logue. We'll be okay at least. And then he got hurt. And, man, it just it killed me. And then we kept the same offensive line last year that we had the year before. And to see us in free agency now with nothing yet signed by any lineman.
Keyword yet.
It worries me a little bit. Does it worry you at all? Just a little bit, maybe, that you don't want to take a complete chance on another draft pick like a Boyhe, the guys we've taken in the past? Is there something in you that says you would feel much better if we at least brought one solid guy in and then do whatever in the draft from there?
But Jeremy, that's going to happen though. Riley Reef is about to sign.
I got you.
So that's one guy. I'm saying I think for me to make me feel comfortable about the offseason, they will have to go get another guy too. Mm-hmm. And then come back to the draft and draft another guy.
Yeah, Bengal Jim is literally down there locking all the gates and all the doors so he doesn't leave. So if Bengal Jim has anything to do with it, he ain't leaving until he signs. So I think we're pretty good there. I don't think he's going to go anywhere.
He better not. We need him. We need all of them.
Man, look, I want to protect Joe Burrow. One of my guys, Rohan, he makes these shirts. It's called Protect Joe Burrow. Real cool stuff. But
you have to give us the inside
I want to
info
protect Joe Burrow. None of this stuff that I'm saying can happen without protecting Joe Burrow. Yeah. And the Bengals know that. I don't know if you guys check out pods and stuff. Brian Callahan was on Locked On for like 3 different episodes, and he knows. He knows that offensive line is not where it needs to be, and they're not solely relying on the draft. I think Sewell is not such a I think for Bengals fans early on, they were just hoping that it was just this generational talent there at tackle. Sewell could be there, but I'm here to tell everyone the same way y'all felt about Tooney or whatever. Like I was the one, I came on Twitter, I said, I don't want Tooney. I'd rather go get 2 guards for the same price as Tooney.
Right.
And let's go with that. And I like that a little. I mean, look at the injury history. Say not with Sewell, but this franchise. Say Tooney was to go down, and then you allocated all that money towards that one position. You'd be right back to square one.
Yep.
So to me, that's why I want 2 guys at the guard position, and Riley Reef is like in the building now. So that would be my plan. Sewell to me is not what's the kid from the Colts, the guard, the best guard, Quentin Nelson.
Yes, yes.
I'm here to tell everyone he is Sewell, Slater. They are not Quentin Nelson. And as much as I think Sewell is going to be really good, as much as I think Slater's just going to be solid, they're not Quentin Nelson. And if he ain't Quentin Nelson, I'm not pushing talent out the way to go not get it.
Well,
he better be Quentin Nelson.
Agreed.
And the thing is, look, and well, I've said this before. I'm nervous about taking an offensive lineman number one because of all the busts we've had. You know, from Obuehi to Billy Price to Fisher to all these guys that have been high draft picks of offensive linemen that have not worked out for us. And by the way, JC these guys want they want Ace on the show with us too. So you gotta get areas.
You should have asked me, my man Ace. You know, he'd have hopped on here quick. What you want to do? You want to do something after the draft? We come right back on here. We do a four team on this thing. We're gonna have to get some graphic, Fantastic Four type stuff here. We're gonna
go.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
I think that's a good plan. We should definitely do that. But
let's do it.
Like I said, my fear is with drafting Sewell is just the history of what we've had. You know, and if you go get Reef or go get the other two guys you're talking about, those are veteran present offensive linemen. So if you can go get they're good. Yeah. If you get a guard or a tackle or somebody later on and they're learning behind these two, that's a good thing because you want them to push it. So that could be your future. You could get them in this draft later on down the line and it doesn't cost you as much. And we get Chase. Ooh. That would be so cool. I know.
Galladay and Chase is insane to me. Like that's like to me, like that's like I'm trying to tell you. And the people, the number one people that want offensive line, that the guy that's listening to me talk right now say, I hate this guy right now. You're going to be the number one person cheering for that. That's the guy that's going to cheer for it more than everybody. That's the funniest part about all of this.
Right. I mean, to be honest, I am the one that preaches on here. You got to build from the line out. But I didn't necessarily mean that it meant that we had to get Sewell. I'm like, I've said this before. I don't care who they get, as long as it's the right guy. You get the right guy and he's in the right situation for the Bengals. That's all I care about. I don't care who it is. I really don't care who it is. I mean,
if they protect them, what are we talking about? Like why? Right. Like you know what I'm saying? Like what do they want us to do? Double down and just keep on? Like, look, Ogun Joby, Mike Daniels. Gino's still out there. We got all of these guys. So we're talking about the trenches. Like, what do y'all want? Like, you know what I mean? Like that guy that's still screaming at, what do you want? Go look at your depth chart from the wide receiver position right now. It's two guys. You got Higgins and Tyler Boyd, and you got an Audit Tate coming off of surgery.
Yeah, Thomas.
And Audit Tate should be a number 4 or a number 5 on any NFL team. So we're talking about.
They resigned Thomas, didn't they? Sorry to interrupt you, but didn't they resign Thomas?
I know.
Yeah, I'm not saying
Mike Thomas.
Yeah. I'm not saying that.
How many yards did Mike Thomas had this past year? 132. How many drops he had? More than John Ross. I'm also the CEO. I'm the CEO fan club of the John Ross fan club too. Just to let anybody that's in here right now that's never seen me before, I am Mr. 422 to the day I die. But I'm gonna tell you this. Mike Thomas had more drops than John Ross had in his whole 8 touchdown season that everyone would love to forget, right? But that's Mike Thomas. And I like Mike Thomas.
I know you are because I've said this. I've mentioned you on the show before, and I agree with your point. I won the podcast you did. I don't remember, but you said almost guarantee you, and you said, what if he goes to Kansas City, and they go there and they figure out how to use him? I said, dude, I'm telling you, I would not be shocked if John Ross goes to Kansas City or goes somewhere and he blows up. I won't be shocked at all.
I'm going to tell you this behind the scenes. The people that are close to John Ross, right? I've never interviewed John Ross, but the people that I like to call my friends or my mentor or whatever are very close to John Ross. They were lobbying for John Ross to go to LA or Seattle. Seattle didn't care about him. He wanted to go LA, and the Browns are the only, and then the Giants are the 3 teams that were interested. The guy who I really, really love that helps me out, talked me through some of these moments with John Ross and stuff, told me that he was begging for John Ross to go to the Rams. Perfect fit. Ross did not want to wait, went to the Giants, and I feel like his career is like over right there. Like I just don't see it.
That brings me to another point. Okay, Galladay is in New York. Right now, supposedly, and the Giants might offer more money than the Bengals or whatever. Those are the reports.
Ain't got no money, Ice.
I know. I'm just telling you.
We got the money, baby.
I agree with you. I agree with you. But What I'm saying is we got the money, and I tweeted this out here to you, or no, John Sheeran, I think it was. That's who I tweeted it back out. I said, we got the money, and we could also give for a longer term. Plus, we have Joe freaking Burrow. So who would you want to throw the ball to? That's where I'm like, I'm not saying he's not gonna go to the Giants. I'm praying to God he's not. I hope we get him, but that's where I'm like, we can pay him more money, we can give him more years, and we got a better quarterback.
Yep. Well, the last report.
If he wants money,
go ahead.
If he wants money, I mean, like, he's got to think bigger picture. You know, you want to go to New York, and they come out there and they be like, "Hey, let's go to Times Square. Let me show you." Like, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, right, but if I'm him, I'm gonna say, yeah, show me the football field. Let me talk to your quarterback. Right. Once I talk to your quarterback, I'm gonna know you're not getting no dubs. We got the dubs over here.
A perfect example of this is TJ Houshmandzadeh. Had one of the greatest years he's ever had with the Bengals. Left, went to Seattle. Seattle didn't have a quarterback, and he was never the same. So wide receivers can, if they don't have they need a quarterback. If they don't have somebody throwing them the ball, that's, to me, if I'm a wide receiver, that's more important than anybody. Who's your quarterback? What's your scheme? How am I going to get open? That's more important. Then we'll talk money, because if you have all the money in the world, and if it doesn't work after 1 year in NFL, they can cut you.
It's just Galladay's agent out here just, trying to put the story out there, get it released to Joe Cena and get it released to all these people like that to create some kind of bidding war. But the Bengals are the one team right now that have interest, that he likes Joe Burrow confirmed, and we're able to give him the 1 year deal that he, what Galladay's in a position is. Galladay is a top 10, maybe top 5 wide receiver in this league if he has the right quarterback, right? He's in a rough position right now because the market is just dry and it's just a bad year for wide receivers. Nobody can give him the opportunity that we're about to give him. Look at the depth chart. Mm-hmm. It's just Higgins and Boyd. Yep. No other team, and you got Joe Burrow throwing you the football. So a lot of Cincinnati natives and a lot of Bengals fans get down and they be like, man, I just don't think Galladay. Like, listen, the opportunity is here. Like, ain't nobody thinking about none of that stuff that happened before. Ain't nobody thinking about 1992, 1994. This is 2021. And when I wake y'all up, it might be too late. I might be on the float already. But I'm telling you right now, players talk. And Galladay wants Joe Burrow to throw the football. The one thing Galladay probably thinking is like, okay, I want more guaranteed money. Right. Giants can do that if they structure the contract the way they want. But if he goes out there and falls flat on his face, it's not going to mean anything, and they'll just dump him off to the side.
The Bengals can give him more upfront money on the bonus. So, I mean, the bonus.
We got the cap space, and we got it. 18 million just came off the books at wide receiver for one guy. Right. So we got guaranteed cash. I know the Bengals would probably go up as far as guaranteed cash, $6 million or something like that on a $9-10 million deal, and that's something that Galladay probably doesn't want. Because he probably values his stuff way higher. You watch Curtis Samuel get the 3 years, 11 per or something like that. He's saying, man, I'm better than Curtis Samuel, but nobody's got the cash right now. It's just a crazy year for him, and it's a unique situation. And I said this before the offseason started. I just said that it's just a weird year where you're going to see guys like Tyler Eifert, who would normally easily get a 1 year, 3 year deal or something $3 million 1 year, whatever. He's going to be struggling to go attach himself to a team so that he's not retiring. Guys, you're going to go on your phone tomorrow. It's going to be somebody retiring at the age of 32 because they just don't even got no offers. Galladay better get on the Bengal. This Galladay, the tag or whatever, he better get with this Galladay. If you know what's good, he want to get the bag, you want to get the cash, you better get with the Galladay. He better hashtag it for real. I'm telling you.
Brother, I was blowing that hashtag up today. I tweeted that out about 5 times today. Retweeted it. Go ahead, Jeremy.
And I'm down with it completely, man. The only thing that got me, there was a tweet from a sports reporter out of the Giants that were saying they were willing to make him the highest paid receiver in the league. And I don't see that whatsoever. I don't see where the money's coming from.
They got like $5 million in cap space. Like, what did they have?
The thing I kept telling Jeremy is, okay, if that's true, he hasn't signed it yet, so I wouldn't worry about it.
No, but check it out. If we got Galladay, we got Higgins,
Boyd,
we got Boyd.
Chase.
I mean, you've got
Chase.
perhaps Chase, perhaps Pitt, whatever. Dude, we're gonna have to run 4 to 5 receiver sets.
Do you remember the greatest show on turf?
There you.
Yeah, I remember it.
That's what I'm getting at, and then that'll also open holes for Mixon, because they won't. There you go. I mean,
like I said, as long as Galladay buys in, and that would be the key to me. It's like he will have to buy into the fact that he's not going to go crazy this season. Like say one of those guys get injured though, he probably could still get 1,000 yards. But I'll tell you what'll happen is that if he has a successful season and he's part of this team and he likes it, then we start talking about a long-term deal because the cap's going to go up 15, 20 mil minimum next year. So then we are talking long-term deal. Now you build up rapport with Joe Burrow. Like this is the situation where it's at. And you know what if I'm the Bengals and before I get off here, you know what I would tell Galladay today? I say you better hashtag this Galladay and get with it because really this ship is going to fly off without you or not. If you don't get it, we got Chase at 5. I could get Pitts. I can get whatever I want. Like you could get on the train now and choo with us or whatever. But if you don't, we're going to leave you on the side of the road like a chicken trying to cross it. You see what I'm saying?
You're damn right.
Gotcha, brother. All right.
And that's the attitude you got to have. Like
exactly.
I want Galladay, but he could kick rocks if he ain't with it.
Holla. That's right.
I know, dude. I got your number, and I'm going to call you more often to help. We're just going to hype each other up about the Bengals. So I have to talk to this guy over here all the time. We get all depressed.
Hey, don't give me depression. I'm a 40-year Bengal fan almost now. Come on now, easy.
40-year Bengal fan.
All I'm saying, we saw, and that's what I was. And Zim, I know you got to get ready to go, man. But I look at the perspective of Bengal fans. You know the typical Bengal fan. Last year, we went defense.
Right.
This year, we had a horrible offense, and we went defense. Or we have so far.
Right.
So this is what we deal with. I deal with. Jeff does too. He don't want to admit it. But, so it's good to get some insight from guys like you that may be a little closer to the team than we are. I mean, I'm sure Boomer watches the show. And, Mike Brown, I'm sure he's watching.
Mike Brown. He always watches.
But, no.
He called me the other day.
Yeah. I mean, you guys went on a hot air balloon ride together.
Definitely. Yeah.
Sure. That was amazing.
For me, I'm not here to sit here and tell everybody I've never been down on the team. When the season kicks off,
I am.
Like just like y'all asked me about Lou Anarumo, like I don't believe in them at all.
I don't either.
If I had my choice, I tell Brian Callahan bring his father in here and let it be a brother. I mean, father son, or whatever. Like that. That's what I would want to do, right? Yeah. But everything I can't control it. I'm not a billionaire, right? And some things I can control and some things I can't. I can't control who I cheer for. I can control what I believe in, and I can control like my faith in the team, right?
Yep.
All that other stuff to me is like noise about like, oh, I can't stand Mike Brown and he should say it. Like to me, it could be true, but at the end of the day, I can't control it. So I don't have anything that I could offer to that. Only thing I could tell people is like, this is who I cheer for. And if you cheer for it, like, let's just go win. And anything outside of that, like to me is just like weird noise. And that's just the way I approach life.
Yeah. Exactly. And that was the only question I had for you, to be honest, was I was going to ask you about Lou and how you felt about that move, but you just answered it. And so that's good enough. I feel the same way.
Lou can roll out.
Yeah. I try to stand up for Mike Brown. Over the last few years, I feel like he really has been – he's doing his best. The man's in his 80s and, he's got his kids. But you know what? I do feel like we're trying to get a winning team in Cincinnati before 2025. Nobody wants to lose our Bengals. I can't. That's my whole my whole fall right there, man, is the Bengals. And so it's just good to hear it coming from you, seeing your point of view. Nothing better than that, bro.
Yes, sir. Iceman, can I plug a couple things before I go? Because I do realize,
brother, go for it.
I do realize that some people here may have never even seen me. I appreciate you all having me on the show. I do a show with SB Nation and Cincy Jungle. It's called Orange is the New Black on YouTube. It's also on all like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that stuff like that. You could also go to zimwhoday.com, where you can get Burrow Babies merchandise, which I don't have on right now, but it's really cool. Iceman, Jeremy, I'm gonna send you something. I got you. But ZimWhoDey.com. I'm also teaming up right now too. This is the last thing. TSE Cincinnati. If you go to the link in my Twitter, Zim Who Dey, or my Instagram, which really got me popping, Zim_Who Dey on Instagram. That's how I am Zim. But if you go look at the link on there, TSE Cincinnati, sign autograph memorabilia from Tyler Boyd, Joe Burrow, Icky Woods, Ken Anderson at a fraction of the price. Tyler Boyd signed jersey, $70.
Hell yeah.
Joe Burrow helmet, all that stuff. Just click the link in my bio, Zim Who Dey. Thank you.
I need some of that stuff for down here in the ice game. Hey, one more thing you forgot to plug.
You do. You need that for sure.
One more thing you forgot to plug. You and Ace are doing a documentary on Ken Riley, who should be in the damn Hall of Fame. He's the man in the background here. So when's that coming out? Because I'm very excited to see that. Because I had Ken Riley Jr. on here. I actually got him on here after he was on your show. That's how I got a hold of him. So I'm very excited to see this documentary. When is this coming out and how's it going?
It is going really, really good. We got some real good interviews. We got a lot of stuff that I never thought that was going to even be possible. Watch the trailer we posted before a couple weeks ago. Looked really, really good. Mm-hmm. Since then, our editors have even stepped it up even more. Like, it's super creative. It's paying homage to a guy that should absolutely be in the hall. I think when you guys check out the documentary, everybody that's watching it, I think you'll have a new appreciation for, like, not me just bigging up somebody that was a Bengal, somebody that balled out as a Bengal and never got a chance to walk across the stage. And
fifth all-time in interception still. Fifth.
Exactly. I mean, to me, you know, like me being a younger, I do realize I do represent probably a younger fan base, but me going back and watching Ken Riley games and watching different footage, different things from the documentary, different things that I think fans that have been longer Who Dey fans or whatever, I think they'll just gravitate. There's so many different people that we have speaking on it and so many different memories that Ken Riley was able to, you know, bless us with. And I just, you know, I can't wait for it to come out, but I don't have a timetable. Okay. We are really close to like dropping probably, I would say this summer, but we're perfecting some of the audio stuff on it. And I just want this thing to be crystal clean. My editor Ninja and my man Aaron that works with Ace. Ace is doing so much stuff like narration and stuff on it. It's awesome, man. You gotta check it out.
Sweet. One more real quick thing. Are you guys gonna try to make the Jungle to the Hall trip that Bengal Jim has got going on?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. I will be there too. So I'll get to meet you guys in person. And we got to do this again sometime, Zim. And you got to bring on Ace with it. We'll go 4 wide, brother.
Just ask me. I mean, I'm pretty sure Ace, he loves talking Bengals, so it's not going to be a problem. I'll let him know. 100%.
Sweet. And Zim, real quick, man. What is that website? Well, we got a ton of guys on here that really are enjoying the interview and what you're doing. What is that
website
for your jerseys, all that kind of stuff?
Merchandising.
Yeah.
So for the Burrow Babies clothes, which is really, really important to help and support what I'm doing, it gets me better. If you've never seen me before, I've interviewed AJ Green, Carl Lawson, TJ Hushman's anybody.
But for the people you get the interview.
right.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
I'm trying to get there, Zim. I'm trying to be Zim.
Yeah. Keep on icing them out, bro. Like that's all you got to do. Just keep on doing it. Same thing. I just kept on going. But ZimWhoDey.com. If you go to my Twitter, the link is in the bio for the autograph memorabilia. They've given me a special discount code link where if you guys click it, guys and girls, click it, then you'll be able to automatically, the discount is applied to the checkout. So if you go click it, it's on my Zim Who Dey Twitter, and that's ZimWhodey. And Instagram, I put it in the link in the bio there too. It's Zim_Who Dey. But if you click it on there, it's going to take you straight to the site with the sign. I mean, Ken Anderson, Icky Woods, Tyler Boyd. We're going to have Mike Hilton signed memorabilia stuff coming up too. That's the next guy that they got. Joe Burrow's signed jerseys on it, signed helmets, all that for the low ski.
you know, I'm down for that Joe freaking Burrow stuff. I'll take that all day long.
Holla, man. That's what I'm talking about, bro.
All right, man. Well, you've been on about an hour here, man. I appreciate you giving us the time. I know you got to run, so I'll hit you up some other time. We'll do this again. We'll go 4 wide. Ace and Zim and Dimebag, Demon, and Iceman.
Thank you very much for having me, man.
No problem,
Thank
brother.
you, bro.
Who Dey? That
Yeah,
was, dude, I'm fired up.
Dude, me too. You don't get this anywhere else for free. Unless you're watching ESPN and paying DirecTV $169 a month. You're not going to get this anywhere else.
And the thing is, you guys go watch Zim and Ace. They are awesome. I love watching the show. I love watching what they do. I really seriously cannot wait till this Ken Riley documentary comes out. It looks really, really cool. So, other than that, I think we're going to roll on out of here, Jeremy, unless you got something else.
You know what? I think that's it, man. He said it all. Hopefully that answered everybody's questions that they may have had. And you know what? Tomorrow is another day. It's another day in free agency, and we'll see what happens with the Bengals, buddy.
I know it doesn't take much to get me wound up, but he fired me to beep up. I'm bouncing around. I'm like, let's go. I'm ready to run through a wall.
Me too. Loved it. Just great guy all the way around. You could tell. Big Bengal fan. You can't get any more in depth than that, man.
Yeah. When you get him and Ace on here and go 4 wide, we'll do it. But anyway, let's get the Facebook groups that let me live stream. They're all great Facebook sports groups. I invite you all to join them. They are Who Dey Nation, Cincinnati Reds riding third, heading for home, Bearcat Country, the Ohio State Bucknuts, the Ice Bar, which is our show page that we produce and put different stuff on there. Go check it out. You follow me on all my social media platforms. My Facebook page is blowing up. I appreciate it. I got 731 likes. 781 people are following me. I hope to God I'll be able to figure out how to get this podcast thing working. It's still not working yet. So I got a lot of shows that are going to be on the podcast, and they're already downloaded all at one time. So when that happens, make sure you go to either BeanPod, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iTunes, or wherever you get your podcasts. Make sure you like, rate, and review. Give me a 5-star review. YouTubers, we are kicking butt this week. I'm so happy. 873 of you guys have subscribed to my channel. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Honestly, from the bottom of my heart, this is great. And other than that, Jeremy Dimebag Dean, you help us roll on out of here.
I sure will, man. And I just want to reiterate what you said. That's awesome, man. We're growing. People are watching. People are telling their friends. People's friends are watching. You know what? When you put this type of stuff on the air and it doesn't cost anybody a dime, and you're a Bengal fan, how can you not watch it? How can you not like it? How can you not hit the notification button on Sports with Strawberry Ice on YouTube and like the Sports with Strawberry Ice page on Facebook? So,
my dog's barking.
I was going to say, maybe he won't.
Yep.
Look,
Time to get him, dog's barking.
He can take us out. He can take us out. But anyway, guys, other than that, thanks so much. We were on a lot of different platforms tonight, and I hope all Bengal fans really got to watch that interview. It thrilled me. I had a great time. So other than that, and always, remember one thing and one thing only, and that is you don't live in Cleveland. You live in Cincinnati, so act like it. Who Dey? Let's sign some more players.
Who Dey? I cannot wait till tomorrow to see who the Bengals sign. Shut up, dog! And other than that, that's just sports, baby. See ya!